We're notifying viewers that you're going live. Yeah, I better have 50,000 people in this bitch. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? I'll be back to the phone in a second, guys. I'm just getting some water. What up, what up, what up, guys? What up? What up, guys? What's up, what's up? So as usual, tonight's drink for the live is just, good old agua. Good old H2O. No diet sodas tonight. At least not right now. Definitely later, though. Definitely later. What's going on, guys? Stupid Strawberry, my son. How are you? My son. My firstborn. I love you too, my son. I love you too, Stupid Strawberry. You forgot to pick me up from school. I didn't forget your ass, boy. I left your shit there. Dada, Juan, no baby talk. No baby talk. That shit is sus. That shit is sus. Caidin, daddy. Shy City, who is it? Who's on the account? Where's the mohawk, bro? Bro, I got my hair cut. I bitched out on the mohawk. I would like to get a mohawk though at some point. I just bitched out on it this time. Hello, Father Ethan. It's Ryan. What up, G? What up, man? What up, what up? Glute spread. Maybe tomorrow. If I stall in weight, should I do a mini cut or keep increasing calories, bulking? How fat are you, Rodingo? I mean, if you're nearing the end of your bulk, then I would mini cut. But if you still got room to go, then keep going. Keep going. Get a buzz cut next. Dude, I had a buzz cut like literally my entire life up until the point I was like 21. That shit is boring. That shit's dry. But my hair grows like fast as hell, so it wouldn't really be that big of a deal, but next time. How do you reverse band a hack? Can you maybe do a video on it? Yeah, I'll try and get around to it. Really all that I do is I put the band on the weight peg for the hack, and then I put the other end around like a bar across the top of the machine. It's not anything scientific at all. It's redneck rigged up for sure, but it gets the job done. Hey man, do you think only doing squats and deadlifts once every 3 days is a bad idea for leg strength? No, not at all. You say only doing squats and deadlift once every 3 days as if that's like a short amount of time. I mean, I think that's a pretty quick turnaround to do a squat and deadlift if you're training at like a high level of intensity. I mean, that's pretty high frequency in my opinion. My hair grows faster than yours. Justy, I doubt it. I doubt it. I had a buzz cut during quarantine. Absolutely loved how low maintenance it is. Oh, dude, I buzzed my hair literally up until I was like 20 something, and it's like you don't even have to do shit. Like, you get out of the shower and you take the towel and you go over your hair one time and that's it. You're dry. That's it. Like, I do miss that shit. I do miss that. I take 10,000 milliliters of Tren a day. Life expectancy is like hours. When is the next YouTube video scheduled for release? Arian, I would like to get something up quickly. I don't have an exact date though. I have a lot of ideas of stuff that I want to film, but I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time finding time to get it all done, honestly. My coaching business has grown a lot recently, especially within like the past like 4 to 6 weeks. It has really grown a lot. But I'm in a weird spot where I'm still not making enough that I can quit my full-time job yet and do this full-time. So I'm basically working 2 full-time jobs, at least what it feels like. So I would like to get a YouTube video out very soon. I don't have an exact date. How long ago is the profile picture from? That's from quarantine, so that's coming up on 2 years old. I was 185 in that picture, just for reference, and I'm like 210 right now. Does taurine work well for preventing low back pumps? Is there other things I can do to prevent them? You can give it a shot. Definitely it would help. I wouldn't go as far as saying that it would get rid of it for you. Increase your water intake, increase your electrolyte intake, man, just stay hydrated for low back pumps. But it also could come from being heavy, and I can't pull up profile pictures while I'm doing a live, but I don't you don't look to me like you're like a super heavy guy who would be getting low back pumps from being too heavy. So assuming that's you in your profile picture from this little teeny ass thumbnail that I can see. So, you ever thought about powerlifting, or are you only interested in bodybuilding? No, I've honestly never really thought about powerlifting. I think powerlifting is fucking awesome. I think it's badass as hell, and I have a ton of respect for those guys, but it's just not something that I personally have an interest in doing. Question, I can overhead press over 200 pounds, but only bench 160. Any thoughts to help my bench? Most of the time improving your bench press comes from strengthening your triceps. I would floor press, I would JM press. Triceps. L-carnitine, what about it? 0812 Ollie. I don't use it. I don't think it's super effective. Can you make a vid on how you lay out your logbook? Yup, bro. I've made a video on that like at least 3 times that I can think of right now on my TikTok. If you go on my channel and you scroll back, I couldn't tell you when I uploaded them, but you wouldn't have to scroll super far. Are you Will Smith, father of Jaden Smith? In the flesh, baby. Best products to buy at GNC, best proteins, best pre's. Man, it really is going to come down to what you like and what your stomach can handle. So, every GNC is different. Every GNC like carries different stuff. So, How much do you think you can bench? I literally don't have the slightest clue. Probably not a lot. I'm not a good bench presser. Never was. How long did it take you to grow that beard? Ah, man, I've had this beard forever. I don't know. I've had facial hair a long time. So not a long time. I know that's not like a good answer. Super farter. Crazy username, by the way. I know that's not a good answer, but I don't really know. I was born with this fucking beard, baby. Love your content, bro. Lil Pub, I appreciate that a lot. I really do. Thank you. Currently fasting for Ramadan. Would there be a problem in triple scooping protein if that's needed? No, of course not. That's going to be really your only option. Or one of your only options. When is the last time you dumbbell pressed? I had the dumbbell press in a training block recently. I mean, man, I'm trying to think when. Within the last 6 months, I would bet I had incline dumbbell press in, but I took it out because it was beating the shit out of my forearms and my elbows. How many training days a week? Is 6 times a week too much if doing a 2 times PPL split? I train 4 days a week, and I do think that 6 days a week is too much for most people. If you're training with true intensity, 6 days a week is far too much. Do the curtains match the drapes? No. Cat food, I don't know if you can tell, but my beard is red, but my hair is not red. My beard is the only part of my body that has red hair. Genuine question you obviously heard before, but why do you do 1 or 2 sets for higher reps? So I don't always do higher reps. I do like to do higher rep stuff because I think there's benefit in doing it, but I don't always do higher reps. And I train with low levels of training volume because I think that it's the most efficient way to train. Why would I do 10 sets for a body part when I can get the same growth in 4? Why would I take the time and waste the energy to do the extra sets? If you're training with like true legitimate effort, you don't need a lot of sets to stimulate growth. So that's why I train with low volume. What were you getting on incline dumbbell? Oh, dude, I don't even remember. I was doing them like 4th exercise in the session, so I was pressing like the 75s, I think. Because I was doing lat work and then a pec deck fly and then incline Smith machine press and then an incline dumbbell press. So I was doing them 4th. So I was pressing like the 70s or the 75s, I don't know. When was the last time you barbell bench pressed and how much? The last time I barbell benched was probably 4 years ago. I couldn't tell you what the numbers were. It was probably like 235 or 245 for a set of like 8 to 10. But I don't remember the exact numbers. But I did a lot of barbell benching, and I just don't like it. What's your opinion on the big 3 or the big 5 lifts? I mean, they're essential. I mean, the movement patterns. The movement patterns. Also, what are you considering the big 5? I would assume squat, deadlift, bench, overhead press, but then what are you considering the 5th? Like a pulling movement, like a pull-up or something? What would you consider as the fifth one? Unless I'm just having a major like brain fart right now. But I think that all of those movement patterns are essential, but you don't have to do all of those movement patterns with a barbell or a dumbbell. Are you a fan of heavy duty training? Yes. Can someone on gear doing 2 sets per exercise to failure train 2 times per week? Yeah, probably. I think the fact that you're enhanced would probably help you out with that. But it still wouldn't be ideal. I wouldn't recommend you do it. And if you're in a position where you can only train 2 times per week, I probably wouldn't be taking gear, because you're going to be putting your body at a health risk when you can't even maximize it to gain muscle. So I would not even consider doing that. How many calories are you consuming? I'm doing like 3,500 right now. So where do the 10 sets come from in studies? The 10 sets come from the select group of people that they chose to interview for that one study. So studies, man, that's I won't get down that rabbit hole. But studies are not necessarily the best place to be getting your information from. They're not bad. Max dumbbell bench press. I don't know, dude. I don't even remember. Let me think. At the time when I was doing a lot of dumbbell bench pressing, I was training in a gym that only had up to 100-pound dumbbells. And I remember pressing the hundreds for like 10 or 12. And I just really, at that point, I moved to gyms that had really good machines, and I just have always used the machines. Machines are the shit. Favorite muscle to train? Great question. Holy shit. I don't know if I can answer it. I love leg. Okay, so it depends what you're asking. Like, what's my favorite session is always going to be a leg day, because that's like the most challenging session. But I don't know if I would say that like the leg pump is my favorite muscle to have a pump in. It depends if you're asking like what's my favorite session or what's my favorite muscle group to have a pump in. And if it's favorite muscle group to have a pump in, it's probably my lats or my delts, my side delts. And if it's favorite muscle, like favorite session, it's legs. Numbers are nonsense. If the studies say 10 sets per week for a muscle group, why is that exactly if you not doing it? Because I don't really... The people that are training in the studies are not training at the level of intensity that I'm training at. So you can't compare one set of what I do to what one set of those guys do. So the numbers are fucking worthless. Is deadlifting essential? No, there's no exercise that's essential. Yeah, everyone is saying row or pull up for that fifth for essential exercise. That's probably what I was thinking as well. A row or some sort of a vertical pull. But going back to that question, all of those movement patterns are necessary, but you don't have to do all of them with a barbell or a dumbbell. Your opinion on mini cut, what I would assume you mean what is too big of a deficit? Probably There probably isn't too big of a deficit. If you're doing a true mini cut, which is where you're only cutting for like a couple weeks at a time, like you're not going to lose any amount of muscle mass in that period of time. So as long as your protein intake is high enough and you're holding your gym performance, you're not going to be losing muscle. So I would, my recommendation for a mini cut is literally diet as aggressively as you can while still maintaining your gym performance. Just get the fat off. Get in, get it out. Get in, get the fat off, and then get out. How would you go around scheduling a deload? Man, that's a really long question. I don't really, how do I want to say this? So I think you need to get to the point where deloads aren't something that you schedule. They're something that you take like improvised, like when you feel like you need to take one. And when that time comes, you just start the deload and then you end it when you feel good. You know, there isn't really a whole lot in terms of scheduling it. If you're someone who isn't at that point yet where you can identify like your body's feedback about how you feel, then yeah, you got to schedule it. And I would probably recommend scheduling it either every 4, every 6, or every 8 weeks. Those seem to be pretty common numbers. Is when you would need a deload or something along those lines. What do you personally do about self-doubt and comparing yourself to others? Oh, dude, this is a $1 million question. Because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. As my TikTok has grown, this has become harder for me. I would say. You know, honestly, man, like, really the only thing that I can say is I try to like double down and triple down on all of the things that I'm doing. Like, and I try to get really, really anal about every little detail. And I try to be at my best. And I guess my thought process behind that is that if I'm doing everything that I can do to be the best that I can be, then I'm only going to be as good as that is. But, I mean, during those times where I'm crossing every T and dotting every I, like I feel pretty confident because I know that there are a lot of people that aren't doing that. So that's a great question. I could talk about that for a long time. But I've got 27 messages down here that I got to read. Holy cow, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really behind on this. But I got... The fucking live is popping tonight. How come you don't train abs? Oh, dude, I've been super lazy about it. And I'm glad you called me out on it because I've really been meaning to get back to doing it. So... honestly, man, I used to do them religiously, and then I just have totally forgotten. And not even forgotten. I just have been skipping it. Push, pull, legs. Wait, pull, legs, pull, push, rest. A decent... Opinion on 415 test as a 19-year-old. Too low, normal. I mean, you're in the normal range, user. User 219-874-108. You're in the normal range. Dude, I would not compare your hormone levels to anybody's. I promise you, your hormone levels are not the reason why you're not making progress. So... Your test level is fine. You're too young to be worrying about that. Opinion on training your neck or anything with mobility. From like a bodybuilding perspective, I don't, and I don't see any point in it. But from like a health perspective, it kind of does make sense, especially if you're like a contact athlete, like you play a contact combat sport. It's absolutely essential. But For like bodybuilding purposes and stuff, I don't see the point in doing it. What's your body weight right now? I'm like 210, I would say. Hello, father. 2 defeater. Hello, my son. 10 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 10. What are you asking? Which one I would rather do? Or it depends what the goal is. Do you enjoy training? I love training more than anything in the world. Just train old school. Yeah, buddy. This fucking guy again. Hyries. Them big barbells. Do you train forearms? What are most optimal? No, I don't train my forearms. But the best exercises would probably be the wrist curls. The whatever puts the forearm muscles into flexion and extension. Does it even matter if a movement is optimal or not? I mean, it depends if you care about making progress or not. Like if you care about making progress, like, yeah, I think you should choose optimal exercises because it makes that process more attainable for you. Thanks to you, I've noticed that doing 2 high-intensity sets is very useful since you can progress them even every workout, even going to failure. Yep. Joselo, I hope I pronounced your name right. I am glad to hear that. Yes, it's a much more efficient way to train. Is a 315 deadlift impressive at 148 body weight? I hate questions like this. Why do you give a shit if anyone thinks it's impressive or not? I do think that's impressive if that's something that matters to you, but why do you care? Indirectly training abs is my passion. Hey man, how's it going? How you doing, Matt? I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually doing pretty good today. It's been pretty busy day. I took tests when I was younger because it was prescribed by the doctor. Am I still natty? No, you are not. Do you use any belts? Matt Rohr, I don't. Not right now. What's your opinion on Jason Blaha? He claims he works for the FBI. I don't really know anything about him. The name is familiar. Like I've seen the name tossed around a bunch of times, but I've never actually like searched to know who that is. So I don't have an opinion on him. Matt Rohr, about your question. Sorry about the belts. I don't use any belts right now. I have just tried to get away from using them just to try and force my core to be able to stabilize on its own. But I may at some point get back to using a belt. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I've just gotten away from using them just to try and challenge myself a little bit. Do you need supplements to gain muscle? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just cooking 6 pounds of beef. That boy is meal prepping. Yo, what's up, Devin? How you doing, brother? I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been a pretty busy day today, but I'm doing good. I do powerlifting and weighted calisthenics, but with my hypertrophy movements, I've adopted your style of training. Joselo, that's awesome to hear, bro. And it probably works pretty good because the volume is low, and so you can do that and then recover and be able to do your other stuff. I'm going to be right back, guys. I got to run to the bathroom real quick. Tips on maintaining muscle mass while losing weight. Maintain your performance in the gym. Silverback Choppa. Maintain your performance in the gym. If you're losing weight and you're maintaining your strength, if not getting stronger, then your muscle's not going anywhere. Assuming you're eating enough protein as well. But obviously I'm assuming that you're eating enough protein. But if your lifts stay the same or get better, your muscle's good. How do you personally go about doing cardio in a cut? Just count steps. Yes, Quentin. I prefer to track steps only and just increase steps if possible. Favorite commercial gym? There's a commercial gym chain in Illinois. It's not just Chicago, but it's called Export Fitness, and they have some pretty good equipment for a commercial gym. But I've really only been to a couple. You ever get corn stuck in your beard? I get food stuck in my beard all the time, King KJB. Like literally all the time. Rice, every day, every single day. Pretty annoying, honestly. Liquids too, like if I drink water or diet soda or something and I miss my mouth, it's fucking annoying. Beginners, anything works. Do I really need a base of strength as a novice? Yes, you do need a base of strength. That's what your beginner phase should be spent doing, is learning how to move and learning and building your base. Are you on PEDs? Yes. Bathroom PR, are you talking about time or amount? Opinion on Good Morning versus RDL versus SLDL as posterior chain developers. They are, to a degree, all the same thing. To a degree, you're gonna get much more hamstring. So I'll rephrase that. The Good Morning and the RDL are basically the same exercise, and then the stiff-legged deadlift is a different exercise. So, when I compare them, I'm comparing the RDL and the Good Morning as the same thing, and then the stiff leg. So the Good Morning and the RDL, you're gonna get more hamstring. The stiff-legged deadlift, you're gonna get more erector, like spinal erectors. So it depends between those two things what you're trying to prioritize. You're obviously gonna get erector in the Good Morning and the RDL as well, but you're not going to get it to the same degree as the stiff leg. The stiff leg puts your spine in a lot more flexion and extension. Or the erectors, I should say, not your spine, not your actual spinal cord, your spinal erectors. And the Good Morning and the RDL have a lot more hip flexion, which is going to recruit the hamstrings. So... How many steps do you do a day? Forever Fit right now, I'm averaging it's between 10 and 12,000 on a day. Does creatine cause hair loss? No, it does not. Yes, let's go. What's up, Nate? What up? What up? Do you take glycerol powder for pump? No, I mean, I have. I don't currently. Don't see... It's not something that like makes like my workouts like significantly better, so I just don't spend the money on it. I'm about to finish up my leg session right now with a Myo rep leg extension and walking lunges. So you're on TikTok in the middle of the session instead of focusing on your workout. Way to go, Devin. The good morning is always going to be limited by core and erector strength. I mean, of course, but so is the stiff leg. I mean, almost all exercises are going to be limited by your core strength. So, thank you. Just taking my rest. I'm just fucking with you, Devin. I'm just fucking with you. What's your current cycle? Also, do you think as you continue to progress, your dosages will increase? Finley, I am cruising right now, so I'm cruising on 150 milligrams of testosterone a week, and I've been doing that since January. I've been doing that for like 3 months. Do I think as I progress, my dosages will increase? Yes, of course. How come you only do 2 sets? Man, I talk about this all the time. Low volume training is more efficient. Saves time. There's just, I'm not getting into this right now. I've talked about it a lot. Chevy, if you go on my channel, man, I answered this question. Literally, you can go on every single training video that I post and somebody asks this question in the comment section, and I answer it every time. So... Thank you for your workout plan. My neck has gotten stronger for headbanging. Let's get it, Nate. I want to see a marathon headbanging session coming up. So do you think good morning is as good as RDL for hypertrophy? Yes, I do. Do I program it? No, because I'm doing an RDL right now. I would pick between one of the two. Pick between one of the two and use it. You don't need to do both. But I think that the 2 exercises are pretty much the same thing. How's it going? It's going good, Huss. How you doing, bro? Creatine is getting expensive. Yeah, I know. It's just there's a shortage of it. Do you recommend using PEDs, especially if one wants to get into bodybuilding? No, I don't recommend anybody use PEDs. If you want to compete, then compete as a natural first. See if you actually like competitive bodybuilding. I think there are a lot of people that think they like competitive bodybuilding, and then if they actually did a show and saw like how hard it was to get into shape, they would change their mind. So compete naturally for a little bit and see if you actually like bodybuilding, and then make the decision from there. But no, I do not recommend you use PEDs. I'm too paranoid to take creatine as I'm already receding. Bro, like if, I mean, I hate to be this guy, but it sounds like you're already receding, so it kind of sounds like you're fucked either way. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but it, you know, if it runs in the family and you've got the hair loss gene and you're already receding, like there's nothing you can do about it, dude. So just take the fucking creatine. I promise you the creatine is not going to be the reason why you lose your hair. What does stiff leg mean in SLDL? It means exactly Exactly what it sounds like. You have a locked knee. There's no movement at the knee. Doing pretty good. Just chilling before I go out to eat. Where you going, Huss? Where you going and what you getting? Have you ever done a show? No, I have not. I have not. Doing 20 minutes on the Stairmaster right now. That sounds like it sucks. Probably have talked about this, but do you have any noticeable side effects of PEDs? Well, I've only run 2 cycles, and both of those cycles were testosterone only. So I haven't really taken any of the harsh drugs. Noticeable side effects. I was very emotional, and my anxiety when my testosterone levels are super physiological, my anxiety is very high, and I also get very emotional because I don't take an aromatase inhibitor, and so my estrogen is always high, which is another thing that I experience is my blood pressure will get higher than normal, and I will sweat in the night a lot. Like, I'll wake up almost every night sweating. And then, like I said, emotional. Like, I'll get sad about things, and I'll cry about things, and like just get really, really moody and emotional. Shows are a waste for most, in my view. Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately if somebody wants to do something, then I don't think it's a waste. But I think there are a lot of people who are getting into bodybuilding because they think that it'll bring them like fame and fortune, and I don't think they realize that bodybuilding is probably not going to do that for you. If that's what you mean by shows, but favorite protein source, carb source, and fat source. So my favorite protein source is beef, and that could be like a steak or a ground beef. I would go with a steak, like something like a sirloin steak. Carb source, I really like rice. And fat source, my favorite fat source would probably be nut butter, like all natural peanut butter or almond butter. But I don't eat it very often because it causes me stomach problems, which fucking sucks. But if we're talking about taste, if we're not talking about taste, then my fat source would probably be macadamia nut oil. Going to Applebee's for the half-priced appetizers, bro, that's the shit. When I was in school, that didn't start until like 9 o'clock at night, but obviously that must be like all the time now or something. That sounds horrible. I sweat enough as it is. Yeah, it kind of sucks. That's really like the worst side effect is the sweating at night. And then honestly, being emotional really sucks too. It's really shitty. Got a big test tomorrow, man. School will be stressing me out. Yeah, well, have you studied and shit for it, Arian? If you've done the work, to prepare for it, then you shouldn't be nervous. You should be ready to go. Do you still not eat chicken? B's unfit. So you actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That means you've been, paying attention to my content. I stopped eating chicken a while ago because it was causing me stomach problems. But recently I've started like working it back in like really slowly. And right now I feel like I'm good to go. So right now I'm eating both chicken and turkey and just kind of rotating between them. And then when I get to the point where I run out of turkey, I think I'm just going to go chicken only. because the turkey just sucks. I mean, the chicken isn't delicious, but it's better than the turkey. And the turkey just isn't that great. Nah, we gotta wait until 9. It's 7:45 right now. Yeah, I thought that was only at 9. Did you go to college? I went to a local community college and I got my associate's degree, but I did not get my bachelor's degree. I got my associate's degree and then I got my personal training license, and then I started personal training right after I got my associate's degree. Tilapia has the best macros I've ever seen. Yeah, it's too bad that tilapia eat their own shit, though. I mean, I hate to be that guy, Nick, but tilapia is a nasty fish. You can get like the same macros with like cod and flounder and all of that stuff. And I know tilapia is cheap, but that's kind of why tilapia is cheap. It's a dirty fish. It's a nasty fish. Unless you get wild caught tilapia. If you get wild caught tilapia, you're good. But if you're buying like farm raised tilapia, if the bag or box or whatever doesn't say wild caught across the front, you're probably eating a fish that's eating its own shit. Depends if you care about that or not. Also, I got COVID a few weeks ago and blended Cocoa Krispies and protein because of you. Did you like it, Huss? Did you like it? What's up with that cereal shake? That cereal shake is an every morning breakfast. For real. For me. Shit may be high in protein. It fucking may, dude. Who knows? You got a good point, though. I thought it wasn't good to eat sugar when sick. Nah, man, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about it. All right, guys, I'm going to be on for like 10 more minutes, so let's go ahead and we'll kind of use this as an opportunity for us to get our last rounds of questions in, and then we will go from there. I'll wrap this up and get it up on YouTube. I was just trying to get as many calories as I could when I had COVID, didn't care about the source. Yeah, that's my thought process when I get sick. Huss is just get food in. Just get food in, and it doesn't matter where it's from, because when you're sick, you're probably not going to eat it from clean food because you just don't have the appetite for it. Can you explain microcycles and macrocycles? So micro means small and macro means big. So like all that a microcycle is like a small chunk of training. So that could be like a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 4 weeks. It really could be anything. And then a macro cycle would be a bigger chunk of time, like maybe 6 months or a year. So those are common terms that get tossed out a lot, and I think they confuse a lot of people, but they're pretty simple. Just took a month-long mental health break from the gym. Any tips on getting back on my routine? Just get back into it, man. Just get back on it. I mean, that's like the least like sexy answer ever, but like just get back in and reestablish the routine. Yeah, I'm completely back to normal now, but dang, I had completely lost appetite. Yeah, when I get sick and my appetite goes to shit, I usually am eating like pizza and McDonald's and stuff, man. I don't care. It's just like you gotta get food in, or I'm drinking juice or something. Like, you got to get food in, and I meant mesocycle, not macrocycle. I mean, Arian, they're pretty much the same thing. A mesocycle is just a block of training. They all kind of mean the same thing, kinda. It's just a chunk of time. Just a chunk of time, and it's a matter of like how much that time is. How long. What's up, Drewski? How you doing, brother? Serious question. Go for it. Trend aesthetics. I took a mental year health break from work. Shout out to them for letting you do that. Also, D handles and ankle cuffs on cable laterals is a game changer. Feels so much better. I agree. I like it a lot. I was just deadlifting, and out of nowhere, I felt and heard my adductor pop. Does that mean I possibly tore it? I mean, possibly. I mean, do you feel any pain? Is there any discoloring or anything? I mean, I don't really know. I'm not, and for the record, I'm not a medical professional, so you may not be asking the right guy. What lateral delt exercises do you recommend for the lengthened position? A cable lateral setup at like hip height. I know you had an adductor injury in the past, and I just got one. Any tips on helping it recover? Man, ice and rest and it, nothing unusual. Yeah, no, Trent, I understand that you trust me, but I mean, it's really vague. Small pain when walking, that's all. I mean, I'd be careful of it, man. I don't know, but I mean, if you like, I even hate to say something, because I was gonna say if you tore it, like, you would know, but maybe you wouldn't. But I would definitely be careful. I would be careful, that's for sure. Have you ever done Lou raises? No, I have not. But I do my lateral raises with like full, what I consider to be full range of motion, which brings my traps in, which is kind of the same thing. Have you tried Arsenal strength equipment? Yeah, I have, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I mean, maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I don't know. I don't know if it's popular or unpopular, but it's my opinion. I don't really care for a lot of the stuff. Maybe I'm just not big enough for a lot of the stuff, but a lot of the stuff feels like it's made for people that are like way bigger than me. And I don't like the strength curve on a lot of the stuff. All right, guys, about 5 more minutes here, and then we're going to go ahead and get this one wrapped up. Wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight and tuning in. I think I did one of these last week too, so I'm trying to get back to doing these more consistently. My gym literally is all Arsenal strength. Yeah, one of the gyms that I go to too is has predominantly Arsenal strength stuff on it. I don't think it's bad, but a lot of the stuff that I use was like really hyped, like the Arsenal hack and the Arsenal dip and the Arsenal pull down and all of that stuff, and I was just like not particularly thrilled with a lot of it. Have you tried the Texas Whopper from Burger King? No, man, I haven't been to Burger King in a long time. It's been a long time since I've been to a Burger King. Also, do you use pre-workout? I feel like I never hear you talk about it. No, I don't really use pre-workout. Huss. I if I feel like I need caffeine before I train to give me some energy, I just will take either a 200 milligram caffeine pill, or if I'm at the store, I'll drink an energy drink that's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. But I don't like use a pre-formulated pre-workout. It's not something that really I feel like makes my workouts any better. I feel like it makes my workouts any better, really. Really, I feel like all that people are buying pre-workouts for is to get the energy and the caffeine. And you can get that from other places without spending $60 for a month's supply. So, what's up, Cade? I'm actually about to hop off this one. I've been on this live for about an hour, and I'm gonna wrap it up in about 2 minutes here. So, I'm doing good, but I'm gonna be wrapping this one up here soon. So, thoughts on arachidonic acid? I don't even know what that is. Thoughts on testosterone? It's probably not worth your money. All right, guys. Last round of questions here. Got about 1 minute, 2 more minutes. I'll answer the next question or two, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get this one wrapped up here. I know I've said this a couple times by now, but I'll get it wrapped up. Huss, brah, I appreciate you coming in and asking all the great questions, man. I hope next time that I go live, I hope that you'll be in here again and get some more conversation going. So I appreciate you tuning in, Huss. I really do. How can I measure my body fat when I have loose skin? I don't really know, man. It'd be pretty hard. You are awesome. Thank you. Forever Fit. Also, you too. Thank you for tuning into the live. Hopefully next time you come in and ask more great questions, because you had a lot of good ones too. I appreciate you a lot. Thoughts on barbells versus dumbbells for Bulgarians? I would just use dumbbells. They're going to be a lot more easier for you to manage. Love your content, Ali. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this one wrapped up. Let's see. What are some things that I can plug? I just uploaded a YouTube video that was my pre-workout prep routine for legs. So all the stretching and mobility work and stuff that I do before I actually start a leg day. So you can go ahead and check that out on my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I would like to get some more YouTube content up this week where I kind of talk about, I've recently made some changes to my training programming, and I kind of want to talk about those changes and why I made them and what I made. So I, in an ideal world, would like to get that up on YouTube fairly soon. But I also have a couple new clients that have signed on this week. So I have some new programs to write. And then I also have some people that have applied for my coaching that I need to get, I need to have consultations with and get set up. So I guess I'll use that as an opportunity to plug my coaching. If you guys want to get signed up for my coaching services, you can do that. The application is in the link tree in my bio on all my social medias. As always, I think that's about it. All the shameless plugs. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you guys as always. And I hope to see you guys next time. You guys take care. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night.